What was up with all those blocked field goals in week 3? They were a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun if you're a fan of the game, but that took down one of my survivor entries because I had the Packers winning that game. But will the Packers be a good survivor pick in week 4? Let's talk about it. I still have 2 of my 3 entries alive in my ESPN Eliminator Challenge, so I'm doing just fine. What's up, everybody? This is Kerry, and this video I'm going to give you my survivor picks for week 4. Let's get straight to the win probabilities. Check these out. In the upper right-hand corner, the Bills are the biggest favorite to win this weekend. They have over a 90% chance to win the game against the Saints. Next in line are the Lions at 80.2%, the Broncos, the Texans, the Packers, and the Chargers. Now I stop right there. As I've said in my previous videos, anytime the model gives over a 70% chance for a team to win the game, that's a really good bet. So for me, these are the candidates I'm going to pick from for week 4. But which ones? Now while the Bills don't play on Thanksgiving, Black Friday, or Christmas Day, they're still really good at home, so you might want to save them for later in the year. The Lions, that might be a good pick. Of course, the Browns, who just knocked off the Packers, have an elite defense, so they might be able to put a clamp on the Lions offense. Who knows? The Broncos, I'm not quite sure I trust them yet. Their defense, which was elite last year, has looked kind of sketchy so far this year. The Texans, how in the world am I going to pick an 0-3 team from my survivor pick? I don't know about that one either. The Packers, now there's a lot of narrative behind this game. Of course, with Micah Parsons going back to Dallas, that's going to be the biggest story. But the Dallas defense is terrible. It's one of the worst defenses in the entire league, so I think the Packers are going to score plenty of points here. And just because they lost in week 3 in Cleveland, that doesn't faze me at all. If anything, that might give them even stronger motivation not to go 0-2 on the road this year. And the Chargers, who I think are one of the best teams in the league, I would definitely consider taking them against the Giants, who are starting a rookie quarterback, but who knows how Dart's going to perform in his first game. So I think that kind of highlights what I'm thinking about for these 6 teams. So let's get to my picks. First of all, entry number 1, which I called greedy, is now out. And it turns out it wasn't greedy enough. I should have picked the Bills on Thursday night in week 3, and this would have still been alive. But that's fine. Entry number 2, not as greedy. We picked the Seahawks in week 3, and they demolished the Saints. So no problem there. So who are we going to pick in week 4? Well, since my greedy entry is out, I'm going to get a little bit more greedy with not as greedy. So I'm picking the Lions at home 80.2% to win the game against the Browns. So the Lions are my survivor pick for this entry. Entry number 3, strategery. We picked the Bucs in week 3 to win at home, and they struggled, but they got the job done. So what about week 4? As I just discussed when I showed you the model percentages, I really like the Packers in Dallas. So the Packers are my week 4 survivor pick for this entry. I'm not buying into the narrative that the Dallas Cowboys are going to have some kind of revenge against Micah Parsons. Since the Dallas defense is so bad, who are they going to get to step it up against the Packers offense? They can be motivated all they want. They just don't have the talent on the defense to get the job done. So I think this is a really good pick for week 4. And I think the Packers will win by a wide margin in Dallas. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about these picks. Let me know what you're going to pick. I always enjoy reading the comments and learning from my viewers. Good luck in week 4. Let's go!